Hello, hello, hello. I'm currently in Toronto visiting family and linked up with one of my old friends here, Ryan Collins. We met in England about 5 years now? 5 years ago?
It's been a while.
Yeah, 5 years ago. And we used to stay at the same host family house. That was in Bolton, Manchester. And without further ado, let Ryan introduce himself.
What's up, everybody? My name's Ryan, as he said. This was my roommate for 2 years when we lived in England together, man.
Yep.
It's more than a roommate, though, man. This is my brother. This is my dog. I love this guy.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
I love you,
That was
bro.
sweet,
I
bro.
love you,
That was sweet. No cap. That was sweet. But yeah, Ryan actually picked me up this morning, and he showed me a bit around Toronto. We ate, and now, like I said, we're just linking up just to make a video for my podcast, and it's very informal as well because it was just like very on the go. That's basically how I live life. Like I live in the moment and very spontaneous. So we're at the back of his car right now. We're doing what we can, where we are, with what we have, and we're linked up, and we're just gonna talk about a bunch of stuff. Hopefully you guys find it interesting, and please share, subscribe, and like the video, please. That would do me a good favor. So after these introductions, we're just gonna tell you 5 things that we live by. All right. So I'm gonna start. So the first one for me, and the most important, is surrounding yourself with people that want to see you win, right? And that's important because you want positive energy around you in whatever you're doing, whatever field of study, whatever field of work you're in. You want to surround yourself with people that support you and purely support you, and that will basically help you elevate to the level that you aspire to get. Right? So having said that, the quote that has stuck by me since I don't know how long since I've discovered that quote is that you are the average of the 5 people that you hang out with, right? So that means, let's say you have 4 friends, the average is going to be you because you share everything in common with these people, right? You have common interests, right? You have common passions, right? So you need to make sure the people that you surround yourself with are people that are basically having the same end goal as you, right? You're all chasing the same thing. You all have the same passion, the same hunger. You're all, working off each other's energy. You're helping each other get where you want to be. And whenever someone is down, you don't leave them there, right? You're picking them up. So you need to make sure that those 5 friends or whatever number it is, you are the average of that crew, because that means that you have something in common with all of them, and basically you have an end goal. This is basically your team, right? So that would be my first rule that I live by. Now pass it on to Ryan. Which one is yours?
So an important rule that I live by is understanding how financials work. So understanding how the money you spend is not necessary when you spend it, unless you're purchasing necessities.
Okay.
Financial literacy is extremely important to understand, and unfortunately, it's not taught in schools, which is a huge setback for a lot of young people who don't really understand financial literacy and what it means to invest properly, what it means to save properly, and a lot of that has to boil down to social media and people wanting to show off the best parts of their lives. So you never see the negative aspect, but they'll be the first ones to show you when they got a new Gucci belt.
Yeah.
when they got a new Hermes wallet, you know what I'm saying? Instead of buying that $500 belt or $1,200 wallet, if you save that money later on in life, that money's going to be worth more than what it is now. Yeah. And understanding that and how that works, and understanding how to use your money that you have to make more money for you. The money you save should always be working for you. That's the number one thing you need to understand.
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
And I highly suggest that anyone who doesn't understand basic financial literacy, or anyone who doesn't understand the reasons to save or the reasons to invest or how to invest, go to your local bank and speak with someone. Yeah. Learn the information. It's readily available all over the internet. I'm sure if you go into your local bank branch, they'll be happy to sit down with you and discuss, future plans, investing plans, and And honestly, being in your 20s, it's
Yeah.
the most important time to start your financial career. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
This is the most important time. This is where you develop the most.
No, that's true. Like I feel like at this age, you should really be focusing on your money. Many of us right now, yes, we are in university, and most of the money we're spending is not our money. Let's be honest, it's our parents' money.
Think about it like this, okay? Think about it like this. Think about every time you make a purchase, before you make the purchase, understand how many hours it takes for you to work off that purchase.
Mm-hmm.
So if you make $15 an hour
Yeah.
and you buy something for $45,
Mm-hmm.
is that $45 really worth 3 hours of your time? You got to think about it like that.
That's true.
If it's not worth 3 hours of your time, then you probably don't need to purchase it.
Yeah. No, that's
And
true.
that's probably the number one takeaway from financial literacy is understanding how money versus time works,
Mm-hmm.
and understanding that you can always make more money, you can't get back time.
No, that's
Cannot
true.
get
Yeah.
back time.
No, that's true. That's true. I like that as the first point. Yeah. You don't need to have like a degree in this to basically understand it. Like watch YouTube videos, talk to friends that are in that department, finance, business. Like I talked to one of my brothers about this, and because I'm a political science major, that's something that's out of my field. But because I know of its importance to me in life, that's why I get educated on it. And having people around me, remember what I said? Average of 5 people. Although he's in Toronto, I'm in Halifax. He's still part of my main circle,
yeah,
right?
Hell yeah.
So it's very important, surround yourself with people that are knowledgeable on certain things like these that will help you, to grow, right? And
talk to your friends too, right?
exactly.
You're gonna know someone who understands something that you don't,
Mm,
and you can always learn something from
Yeah.
someone else. Always.
that's true. Yeah. So I'm gonna do the second point. Mine is basically, well, okay, yeah, that's 3. Okay, yeah, that's 3. But yeah, my second point would be vulnerable, right? Especially us men, like we are very scared of showing emotion. Aside your current situation, there's been things that you've been through that are good to open up about, right? Talk to people, especially like I said, especially men. We feel weak once we open up because we're meant to be strong, right? We're meant to be, we're meant to be sure of things. Just speak out to people, because sometimes if you hold in things too much and for too long, it eats you out. And once you're eaten out, you're not the same person. You start to crumble, you start to change. People start to notice, but because you don't want to be vulnerable, they won't be able to help. At an early stage, if you have someone that you really trust and have faith in, open up to them. Start slowly by slowly, just letting things go. Because holding on to I'm serious, holding on to shit that is not worth holding on to, yeah, it's pointless. It's pointless. Just let it go, grow from it, and move on to the next one. So point number 4, we're gonna pass it on to Ryan.
Rule number 4, I would say, another very important rule that we follow is have a purpose.
Mm-hmm.
I see so many people, out here just going through the motions.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Wake up, go to work, come home,
Mm-hmm.
eat, sleep, move on. Next day. It's like
Yeah.
the routine.
Yeah.
And without a purpose, you're just aimlessly walking through life with minimal goals,
Mhm.
minimal aspirations,
Yeah.
and that's not the happiest lifestyle
Out there.
out there. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
That's like literally understand what your purpose is
Mm-hmm.
and pursue it.
Yeah.
And pursue it with passion.
Yeah.
Don't
And-
just pursue it. You gotta want it.
Yeah.
You need it.
Yeah.
It's gotta be your every focus.
Yeah. And adding on to that point, basically what I do, right? So like I mentioned earlier in the previous podcast, I have a diary that was given to me by one of my best friends called Arnold. If you're watching this, I love you, brother.
Shout out Arnold.
Shout out Arnold, yeah. So Arnold gave me this diary, and in this diary I have a bunch of stuff. And when I say bunch of stuff, I have basically from what I do daily to short and long-term goals. So like you said, in having a purpose, I have a list, to-do list, right? And I've shared this with one of my other friends called Patricia. Hi, Patricia.
Shout out Patricia.
But yeah, on this list, I'll basically have what I do from when I wake up, right? So wake up, do my bed. Small things like that, right? There's a purpose to it, and there's a long vision to it. You're starting to become more organized. First, I'll literally break it down. Like, I'll go make my bed, brush teeth, shower, eat, read, work out, and then after I work out, come back, shower, lunch. So literally, like, there'll be like a guidance throughout the day, because you want to be purposeful with what you do. And like Ryan said, if you're not, like, you're just doing the same thing without any end goal. Be purposeful, have a purpose, and have a goal, have an end goal to what you're doing. Okay. So
if you don't better yourself, just quickly one thing.
Yeah.
If you don't better yourself every day, you've wasted that day.
Exactly, and that's like he said. Last time you cannot get
that day back.
Yeah,
you waste a whole day, you don't get that day back.
Exactly.
That day's gone forever.
So
you just wasted that day.
Yeah, be purposeful with your days, man. Especially right now with Corona, like I said.
And you don't always have to do something drastic too. Like, it's always good to relax and have a day off.
Yeah.
Like, don't get me wrong, you need a day off.
Yeah.
But during that day off, make sure you're taking care of yourself too. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Eat well,
yeah.
Sleep well,
mm-hmm.
proper nutrition, proper health, mental health.
Yeah. Ryan is gonna do number 5 since he's the guest. And what is it?
So, one rule that I live by every single day, and unfortunately, it's something that a lot of people don't live by. Just by watching, the media and understanding where people are in the world right now, is treat every new interaction as such. And by that I mean, don't go into any new interaction you have with anyone
mm-hmm.
with any sort of prejudged notion of what they could be.
Okay. I like that, yeah.
And trust me, it's not easy to do, because every time you see someone walks by, instant automatic judgment. Doesn't always mean negative judgment, but you're constantly judging other people, right? It's just something in the back of your head. But being able to go into a new interaction with someone
mm-hmm.
where you understand that you have that judgment, but refuse to acknowledge it and
mm-hmm.
throw it away, right?
Yeah.
So every time you meet a new person, it should be just that. You've just met a new person.
Yeah.
Don't put them into a category that they may not be a part of.
That would be very challenging for a lot of us, and I know for sure for me, like, we already have, embedded stereotypes, embedded, sayings about people of different races, and it's not right, but it's just how we've grown up, how we've internalized like some stuff. And it's a good point that you mentioned that, because it's basically giving everyone an equal opportunity, right? In terms of like first impressions.
Yeah.
Give people a chance to prove themselves to you. That's basically what I'm getting from this.
Treat it as a new interaction. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
don't go into a situation
mm-hmm.
where you have a knowledge of that category of people that you would put that person in,
mm-hmm.
and base what they're about to tell you or what they're about to do.
Mm-hmm.
Don't base it off that.
Okay.
Let them teach you who they are,
Uh-huh. And you make your own
and
judgment.
then with that information, then you can understand them better.
Okay. And I like the way you said understand instead of judge. But I like that. Yeah. Thank you, brother. I really appreciate this, man. Thank you so much. This is family right here.
This
Yo,
is my guy, man.
We're
This is my
boiling
guy,
right now.
bro.
Like,
yeah, we're
it was
sweating
so-
buckets. It's hot in here.
Oh, it's crazy, but it was fun.
Hey,
Like,
needed
the
that.
whole day from the start to end. He's been my tour guide to Toronto, and I'm definitely coming back.
Oh, 100%.
Definitely 100%. And
I'm coming to Halifax too.
yeah. So thank you so
Appreciate it,
much
big
for
man.
watching. And this episode is coming out soon.
Like,
This week.
subscribe.
And we roll it.
Whoa.